Have you ever wondered why two people earning the same income can end up with completely different financial lives? One builds wealth quietly, the other always seems to be broke. It's not just about math. It's about psychology, the beliefs, habits, and emotions that shape how we handle money. Welcome back to Vectorlog, where we simplify complex financial ideas and explore the fascinating human side of wealth. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of money, why we spend, save, and go broke. Let's start with a simple truth. Money is not rational. We like to think that we make financial decisions logically, comparing prices, saving smartly, planning ahead. But research shows that up to 80% of money decisions are based on emotion, not logic. We spend when we're happy, when we're sad, when we're bored, when we're stressed. Think about it. How many times have you ordered food you didn't need just because you were tired or lonely? Or bought something online simply because it was on sale? That's not economics. That's psychology. Our brains link money to comfort, status, security, and self-worth. That's why some people save obsessively, while others spend recklessly. Our relationship with money begins long before we even start earning it. Psychologists call this our money script, the subconscious beliefs we develop as children based on what we saw at home. If you grew up watching your parents argue about money, you might associate finances with stress or scarcity. If you saw them spend freely, you might connect money with freedom and pleasure. Some people grow up with a save-everything mentality, fearing that any spending is dangerous. Others believe money should be enjoyed because you only live once. These hidden scripts guide almost every financial decision we make, even as adults. Let's talk about spending. Why do we buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't even like? The answer lies in one of the brain's most powerful chemicals, dopamine, the pleasure hormone. When we buy something new, our brain releases dopamine. It feels good, but it's temporary. Once the excitement fades, we crave that feeling again. That's why companies use marketing designed to trigger emotions, not logic. You deserve this. Treat yourself. Limited time offer. Online shopping makes this even worse. One-click payments and flash sales remove friction, turning spending into a reflex. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. We keep running after happiness through material things, but the satisfaction never lasts. Now let's flip the coin. Why is saving so hard for most people? Saving goes against our brain's natural wiring. Evolution taught humans to focus on the present, not the future. Thousands of years ago, it made sense. Survival depended on today's actions. But in the modern world, this leads to short-term thinking, spending now, worrying later. There's also a psychological bias known as future discounting. We value $100 today more than $120 next month. Saving feels boring. It doesn't trigger the same dopamine rush as buying something. The reward is distant, invisible. That's why successful savers create visible goals like naming a savings account Vacation 2026 or tracking progress on an app. When the goal becomes emotional, saving becomes exciting. Now here's one of the biggest traps in modern life: comparison. Thanks to social media, we see everyone's highlight reel. The vacations, new cars, designer outfits, fancy dinners. What we don't see are their credit card bills, student loans, or debt. This creates social pressure. We spend to keep up appearances. Economists call it the demonstration effect, when people imitate the spending habits of those around them to project status. It's why someone earning $3,000 a month might drive a car they can't afford, or why someone who just got a raise ends up broke again after 6 months. This is known as lifestyle inflation. As income rises, spending rises equally, leaving no room for savings. True wealth, as Morgan Housel says in his book The Psychology of Money, is not what you see, it's what you don't see. It's the money quietly sitting in savings, investments, or assets, not on display. Let's talk about debt, one of the most powerful psychological traps ever created. Debt gives an illusion of freedom. It lets you have things now with the promise to pay later. Credit cards, buy now, pay later apps, easy loans, all are designed to remove the pain of spending. When you swipe a card, you don't feel the loss of cash, so your brain doesn't register the expense. That's why studies show people spend up to 83% more when using cards instead of cash. Over time, this leads to a cycle. Debt feels normal, repayment becomes background noise, and true financial freedom slips away. Debt is not just a financial issue, it's emotional. It creates anxiety, guilt, and shame. Yet many people stay trapped because debt also feeds status and comfort. The first step to breaking free is awareness, realizing that debt is borrowed time, not borrowed money. Even people with high incomes can end up broke because of behavioral biases. Let's go over a few key ones. 1. Overconfidence bias, believing we're better at managing money than we actually are. That's why many people take risky investments or underestimate expenses. 2. Anchoring bias, we judge value based on the first number we see. For example, if a shirt is $200, now $99, we think we saved $101, when in reality, we just spent $99. 3. Loss aversion. We hate losing money more than we enjoy gaining it. This makes investors panic sell during market dips, locking in losses instead of waiting for recovery. For confirmation bias, we seek information that supports our existing beliefs. If we believe real estate always goes up, we ignore signs of bubbles. These biases are why even smart people make dumb money decisions. The brain evolved for survival, not spreadsheets. So, how can we rewire our thinking? It starts with self-awareness. Before changing your finances, you need to understand your relationship with money. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money as a child? Do I see money as safety, freedom, or status? Do I spend to feel better or to impress others? Once you identify your emotional triggers, you can design better habits. Here are a few powerful ones. 1. Pay yourself first, save before you spend. Automate transfers the moment your salary arrives. 2. Make saving visible, track your growth visually. Seeing progress activates motivation. 3. Delay big purchases. Wait 24 to 48 hours before buying something expensive. Often, the impulse fades. 4. Invest in knowledge books, courses, or skills that make you financially literate, have compounding returns. 5. Redefine success. True wealth is peace of mind, not possessions. Remember, financial freedom is not about how much you earn, it's about how you think. Most people understand compound interest, but not compound behavior. Small habits repeated over years create enormous change. Saving $5 a day doesn't seem like much, but over 10 years, invested at 8% annual growth, it becomes over $27,000. Likewise, bad habits compound negatively. One missed payment hurts your credit score. One impulse purchase becomes a pattern. Over time, the difference between patience and impulsiveness becomes massive. Money rewards consistency, not intensity. Here's something most financial advisors never talk about. Money and identity are deeply connected. For many people, money equals self-worth. We tie success, confidence, even love to how much we earn. But when you chase money for validation, it never feels enough. The goalpost keeps moving. Some of the happiest people are not the richest. They are the ones who have a healthy relationship with money. They control it instead of letting it control them. Wealth is not a number. It's a state of mind where your needs are met, your choices are free, and your future feels secure. The psychology of money isn't just about us. It's also about what we pass on. Most schools don't teach financial behavior, leaving children to learn from observation. That means they often inherit our money fears and mistakes. The best gift you can give your children isn't money. It's financial wisdom. Teach them to save early, spend consciously, and value experiences over possessions. Normalize conversations about budgeting, investing, and giving. Let money be a tool, not a taboo. At the end of the day, the biggest financial challenge isn't inflation, taxes, or recessions. It's us. Our emotions, impulses, and insecurities are what make or break our financial lives. Understanding money isn't about learning new strategies. It's about understanding yourself. So, the next time you're about to buy something, ask yourself, is this filling a need or a feeling? When you master your psychology, your finances naturally follow. Thank you for watching Vectorlog. If this video helped you see money in a new light, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly insights on finance, psychology, and the economy, simplified for real people. Because true wealth starts in the mind, long before it shows in the bank.